Hey yo, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Chad bringing y'all another video, man. And as you see, I gotta put on the shirt again because good old Joe being a dictator as usual. At this point, man, there's not much I can say about the man. You feel me? It's just that everything they said Trump was, Joe Biden actually is in real time. You feel me? So recently he came out with the whole vaccine mandate for federal employees, and if you have more than 100 employees, you need to make sure they're vaccinated or they're tested every week. And it's just like Joe Biden just keeps lying, dog. I don't understand. I've never seen someone make more promises than Joe Biden and he lie more than any person I know. I mean, Joe Biden is a compulsive liar. Like, he reminds me of a dude I went to high school with. This dude I went to high school with, he would lie for literally no reason. Like, it wouldn't even be about stuff that actually mattered. We talking about dinosaurs at the lunch table, he'll be like, yeah, I saw a dinosaur in my backyard yesterday. Or yeah, there are bones of dinosaurs in my backyard. And we're like, no, it's not, bro. And he's like, yeah. Just lying. You'd ask him, yo, is it raining outside? Yeah. And it's clearly sunny outside. And it's like, bro, why are you just lying to lie? So Joe Biden came forth. He did the whole vaccine mandate. And then what's crazy is the fact that he said, our patience is wearing thin.
No, I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory, but I would do everything in my power, just like I don't think masks have to be made mandatory nationwide. Many of us are frustrated with the nearly 80 million Americans who are still not vaccinated, even though the vaccine is safe, effective, and free.
This man even had the nerve to say it's not about freedom or personal choice. This is about protecting the people around you. And as president, I protect my fellow Americans.
This is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. The unvaccinated overcrowd our hospitals, are overrunning emergency rooms and intensive care units, leaving no room for someone with a heart attack or pancreatitis or cancer. This is not about freedom or personal choice. It's about protecting yourself and those around you, the people you work with, the people you care about, the people you love. My job as president is to protect all Americans.
And this is why I'm not Democrat. Honestly, this is why I'm not Democrat. I'm not team Democrat or Republican. Like I said, I try to use the facts, the answers, just to come right down the middle and see what's really going on, right? The Democrats use government as their daddy. Their daddy government. Give me freedom, daddy government. Give me good health, daddy government. Like, no. Whose man is this? Whose man? I'm looking at Joe Biden right now on my Mac. And I'm like, whose man is this? Joey, is this your man's? Joey, is this your man's? That's your man's. Joey don't even know. The only person Joey wants some attention from, I guess, is me. But I'm just like, yo, like, what is this man talking about, dog? They've literally made government their god. That's how Joe Biden's acting. He's acting like if people. He said that he's basically saying like people can't think for themselves. They don't know what to do for themselves. And you know, quite honestly, people have been showing Joe Biden and the people in charge all year that they don't think for themselves. That they want this type of authoritarian style. And so he's giving it to them. Like I said, government has become these people's gods. And whatever they can't do themselves, instead of praying to God and praying to Jesus, they pray to daddy government. Give me government. Government, give me more. What the? I don't get it, dog. I just don't get it.
So tonight, I'm announcing that the Department of Labor is developing an emergency rule to require all employers with 100 or more employees that together employ over 80 million workers to ensure their workforces are fully vaccinated or show a negative test at least once a week. My message to unvaccinated Americans is this: What more is there to wait for? What more do you need to see? We've made vaccinations free, safe, and convenient. The vaccine has FDA approval. Over 200 million Americans have gotten at least one shot. We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us.
And it's like, who is he talking to? Who is Joe Biden talking to? Who is this man? Have y'all seen that Spider-Man meme where they're like, who is this? Like, who is this? What is he talking about? This man said our patience is wearing thin. Vaccines have been available. They're already free. Basically, what he's like is, this is free. They're available. What more do you want from me? My patience is wearing thin. If y'all don't do what I ask you to do and get that shot, then these mandates are going to happen. We're going to shut down and we're going to basically be like Australia. That's what I heard. Like, I read between the lines and that's what I heard. It's almost like a dictator. Like, he's basically telling us like he's our parents. Like, yo, if you don't do those dishes when I get home, you're going to get a whooping. Like, that's how I basically felt. Like, I'm Joe Biden. I'm the dictator out here. I make the rules. My patience is wearing thin. If you all don't get the vaccine, then you're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be thrown in concentration camps. Like, it's really just going with what I've been saying. They're starting to demonize the unvaccinated. And a lot of people are going to look at this and be like, the only reason these mandates are here is because the unvaccinated aren't vaccinated. And it's like, just like one of my subscribers, her name is Angie. I always respect Angie and her opinion, her viewpoint on different topics. And Angie made a real good point about one of the videos. She was basically saying, like, it's not that people don't trust science. People don't trust some scientists. It's not that people don't believe medicine. It's that people don't believe some doctors, which she is 100% correct. A lot of doctors won't admit that they're wrong on certain things, or this actually isn't the truth anymore. Further research has been done. We haven't heard that from any of the federal government. But I've also come to the conclusion that the federal government, it's a lost cause. If we're still trying to fight, China's going to take over, they're spying on us, or Russia, that's a distraction. At this point, that's a distraction. If we're still trying to think about, they're not following the Constitution, Joe Biden's doing moves that override the Supreme Court, checks and balances out of whack, that's a distraction. Yes, that stuff shouldn't be happening, but it's a distraction. At this point, the federal government is becoming authoritarian, and if we don't do something about it, then I don't know what else could happen. Because at this point, it's just like, the federal government has gained so much power. And it's been like within 8 months, 9 months. Like, when Trump was in office, had anybody heard Trump come out here and say, our patience is wearing thin, it's already free, yada, yada, oh, the media would have been up in arms. They would have been like, he's a dictator, he's a Nazi, he's getting ready to send his Nazis to round up the unvaccinated, everything like that. Joe Biden says it, and you have some people, yeah, Joe Biden, vaccine mandates, yeah. And those people are horrible people. They're willingly giving away their freedoms, whether they know it or not. Rest of us are like, yo, our freedoms are vanishing quicker than we even established them, you feel me? And so at this point, it's really like, the road we're going down and how Joe Biden's becoming authoritarian, and we're starting to be like basically in Australia, there's only one thing you can do. The people have to rise up, revolt, and make sure the federal government has no powers. At this point, every state should just have their own rules, their own laws, and continue. The federal government, I don't really know what to say. Just like we being illegal in the federal government, but almost all states is legal. It's like, if the federal government's rules and regulations are just advice for us to listen to or to make them feel better, then there's no point of us listening. States, do your own thing. You can still have your interstate commerce or commerce between different states. It doesn't matter. But the federal government at this point has way too much power. And back in the day, the colonists, the beginning states, they fought for way less. versus we're fighting to take away our own rights. We're letting the federal government scold us, make us seem like this. And what's crazy is I'm surprised people aren't saying Joe Biden is racist for this. The reason I say Joe Biden is racist for this is because if black people are the lowest percent of people who are getting vaccinated, and Joe Biden saying it's already free, it's readily available, and my patience is wearing thin, it looked like he upset with black people. If I'm going to be honest with you, if we going to follow the narrative the left uses, Joe Biden is seeming racist. He's also cornering black people into getting the vaccine.
We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin.
And the more they do stuff like this, the less I want to get vaccinated. Honestly, if they just said the vaccine is available and different stuff like that, and there were alternative forms of medicine, I personally may have considered, you know what? I think that the best option here would be for me to get the vaccine. But instead, they're going door to door. They're doing mandates. You can't go in restaurants. You can't go to indoor entertainment. You can't do this. You can't get a job. You can't travel. If you don't have your passport, then you're not going anywhere. If you have a fake passport, then you're arrested. Their patience is wearing thin. There's no alternative forms of medicine. We will crack down on the unvaccinated. What are you waiting for? Like, at this point, it's gone too far. Honestly, the too far card, I gotta stop using that, because too far, obviously, it's not too far, because they keep throwing cards out that are going further than the last. You feel me? Like I said, the goalpost is moving and moving and moving. So I've been just thinking every night, like, what can I do to stop any of this? Because me talking about it, that's good to bring awareness, but I feel like nothing's going to actually get done until we all collectively come together as a people and figure out how we can stop the federal government becoming ginormous. Like I said, they've been past the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. That's like the newest brand of toilet paper. They just been wiping themselves with it every day. Just, like that Constitution, that doesn't matter at all. And so I'm just like, what can we do? For me, it's seeming like the only way for me to get anything done or to make any change is for me to find people to come together, build our own community, and just live off our own rules and stuff. That's like literally all I can say, because if I'm looking at what the Bible says is going to happen at the end, America's basically lost. Like, we're not going to come back from this. We may be able to prolong it or do something to slow down this authoritarian wave, but as far as it goes for like, oh, we can turn America around and do that sort of thing, it's a lost cause, because the federal government has already gained too much power, from the eviction moratorium of the CDC saying, oh, we're going to continue the eviction moratorium, and then everybody's upset with the Supreme Court, and then the feds like Joe Biden are doing their thing, and it's like, yo, the puppet masters are puppet mastering. They're moving pieces. Like, at first they used to, here, I moved the pawn. Now they're like, here, you're in checkmate. And I'm finna checkmate myself into my own community, where we have like farmers, where we have holistic people doing medicine, where we have builders, carpenters, all that, education people, and we just stick to ourselves, live off each other, love thy neighbor, take care of one another, because the federal government is becoming something that honestly right now is almost unstoppable, unless instead of the people preaching about China, we're preaching about Russia. We're preaching about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. See, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, it's a good piece of paper for you to look at and be like, our founding fathers fought for A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and they gave us the power within these rights to actually put forth some action. Us talking about it and being like, we need to bring politicians in that can, look at the Constitution. That's fine and dandy, but that's long gone. This isn't the 1940s. This isn't 1907, 17. Like, this isn't any of that. 1776, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. All them numbers are irrelevant. Now we're at the point where We got to stop this from happening. We've got to put forth action. I don't know what that's going to look like. Honestly speaking, if we keep going down the road we're going, then you already know how folks going to act. You feel me? I don't think folks going to take this lightly. Them same people who are saying the Constitution not being followed, the Bill of Rights not being followed, China, Russia, those people are eventually going to wake up to me speaking about this isn't helping. I got to put forth some action. And every time I've seen where the people get upset and they got to put forth action in a country, you have stuff like the Civil War, American Revolution, just war, period. And it's not even war with foreign nations, it's war within the states. But like I'm saying, I'm not trying to advocate for war or nothing like that, but I don't see how this path we're going down is going to end in any other way. Unless maybe some states secede from the United States and do their own thing, which at this point that wouldn't be a bad idea, you feel me? But I'm not even saying I've given up hope. Well, I've kind of given up hope on the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, all that. That's been long gone. Because at this point, the federal government is just people working for the feds and politicians trying to pocket money into their own pockets, taxing the people a lot. It's like they're so greedy, and I wonder why the Bible said, in the end times, which we're in. It's not basically we're in. We are in it. That God would have to speed up the days, because if He did not, no man would survive. Because the people in charge, of the people who are really in power behind the scenes, they hate us regular people. They hate us citizens. They hate the fact people are waking up. They hate God. They hate us. So they're trying their hardest to get rid of us, get all the money they can, build their heaven here on earth. And it's like, they will not be stopped. No piece of paper, no nothing. The only thing that piece of paper was good for was our founding fathers said, there's going to be a point in time where there are going to be people who don't listen to these papers. And we put clear as day in writing in these papers that the people have the power to overthrow and to take down tyrannical governments. You guys have the right to do that. So yeah, man, leave your comments down below on what y'all think. I just wanted to drop this video just because I'm like, at this point, Joe Biden, to me, Joe Biden's not sleepy. Yes, we can call him Sleepy Joe, but the moves he's making, if Joe Biden was truly sleepy, he would be fumbling what his puppet masters are telling him to say, but he knows exactly what he's doing, and he doesn't care. If he was truly a man of integrity, he would not say what the puppet master tell him to say, you feel me? Instead, he's like, yo, our patience is wearing thin. Not my patience, our patience. Or maybe he did say my patience, I don't know. But our patience, which to me is like code word for the people telling me to say this, they patience is wearing thin. If y'all don't get that shot, y'all are over with, you feel me?
But our patience is wearing thin.
But yeah, man, it's been your boy Chad. Enough ranting in this video. I'm out. Peace.